climbing a hill right now. Oh man. Boy, things have changed in one day. It's about 20 degrees colder. So I got a few layers of shirts on. It's about 50 degrees. I know my friends up north are like, that's not cold. That's cold to me. And it's very windy, so it feels a little colder. Also today I have my Go Ruck on. Maybe you can't see it, but a ruck is like a backpack that carries plates. Ruck racing is very popular. That too. I can talk about that in a minute. But I've got a 20-pound plate in today. Somebody's spraying their lawn with chemicals. I have to go through the neighborhood. I hate when people do that. Some people just don't want to pull the weeds and they spray all these chemicals into their lawn. But when you're going by, it's in the wind, you know. It doesn't really work anyways. The only way to get rid of weeds is to pull them. Well, the sun's out. I kept the chat on. I had a really good response yesterday, so I think I'll just use the chat anyways from now on. Sometimes I may see the chat, sometimes I may not. It's very windy. But anyways, I've got a 20-pound plate today. I'm gonna start doing all my hikes with a ruck now. I got about 2 months before the race. It simulates a really heavy pack. I'm gonna have a heavy pack in the race for Cocodona. Cocodona is a 250-mile race from from Black Canyon City to Flagstaff. The first 36 miles is one of the hardest sections, and there's not much water stations, so you have to carry 6 liters of water. Yeah, you know, usually you carry a couple of liters of water. Water is very heavy, so it makes your pack real heavy. Plus, you're gonna have a lot of the safety gear with you. So, I like the ruck really kicks it up a notch. I have a 20-pound and a 30-pound plate. Today I'm using a 20-pound plate. And it really makes a difference. It's not like being 20 pounds heavier, because it puts pressure on your feet a little bit different. And I know that from ruck racing. And also it's instantaneous. You know, when people gain weight, they do it slowly. But when your body weight jumps 20 pounds overnight, you can feel it in your joints, especially when you're older. But I did a couple of ruck races, and I actually won one, I think about 4 or 5 years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago. It was a 48-hour ruck race. And hi everybody, thanks for joining. Tashi, Sonic, Hamburger. Hope y'all doing great. Happy Sunday to you. I'm in Central Texas. I'm out rucking. I got a 20-pound ruck on my back, which is basically a 20-pound plate in a backpack. But my ruck is made by Go Ruck. It's a special racing ruck, so it doesn't move around too much. And it's made for holding plates. You can see here, I also have a horizontal strap, which is really important because it keeps the ruck, when it's heavy, from sliding off your shoulders. Because you want to keep it in one place, because it's putting a lot of pressure on your shoulders. You can adjust it, so if it starts to hurt, you just loosen or tighten it. Some of the names are hard to see. Inena, hey, thanks for joining. Oh, you're in Iran? Oh, great. I don't know, well, you're Iranian. I don't know if you're in Iran. I've always wanted to visit there. Maybe not possible for Americans, but I know y'all got some cool mountains there. I've seen a lot of videos about Iran. It's pretty impressive. I think the culture is pretty cool too. I mean, the living culture. But I bet the food's good too. I plan to visit Dubai maybe in the next few years. They got a lot of gyms there. that seems to be an exciting place to go. But the race that I'm talking about right now at Cocodona is a 250-mile race in Arizona. So it's in the desert. So it's a lot like the Middle East. But anyways, I did that 48-hour race and I won it. And that was one of my biggest victories in endurance. I was pretty proud of that. I just had really good planning. I was going against a lot of military people, and they were using military gear, which is not good for going 2 days. I was using mountain racing gear that I use in trail races. They were using jungle boots, so their feet got torn up, the guys that were close to me. Plus, I didn't sleep very much. I had to slow down, see if I can see people. Hey, Bride Z. Some of the names are hard to pronounce. Hey, thanks for joining. Just out on the jog with my 20-pound pack. Would highly suggest rucking. It's just weighted back. This one's good for hiking and slow jogging. Doesn't bounce. Well, but it's not good for calisthenics. I'm planning on getting a pack for calisthenics, and that's where you're doing burpees and push-ups and stuff like that. Because this one, unfortunately, if I go to do a push-up or a burpee, it will slide and hit me in the head. It's just not designed for that kind of exercise. But they have weighted packs that are designed for that. And those packs usually have weights in the front and the back. Whereas my pack only has the weighted plate in the back. So that's what makes it want to slide. There's no balance. So what's going on with everybody? I listened to a good podcast yesterday. I listen to Joe Rogan a lot. I'll slow down for a bit. Antonio Brown, NFL player, was on there. And, you know, people always said a lot of bad things about him when he's playing. But, you know, he's a very unique, great athlete. And when you listen to somebody for a couple hours, you really get to know him. And he's really a funny guy. And now he's retired. You know, he played with Tom Brady, played on the Steelers. I believe he played on the Patriots and Buccaneers. And now he's very famous on Twitter, X, because he's always doing these awards, Cracker of the Day. And also, he does really funny things. But he's always trying to make people smile, laugh, you know. He's a good guy. Smart guy. He didn't waste all his money and he didn't get hurt when he was in the NFL. Seemed to be pretty clever. Also, yesterday I watched Nick Bare's documentary on Leadville 100. I hadn't seen that before. I mean, he did the Leadville maybe 2 years ago. I'm a big fan of Nick Bare and Bare Performance Nutrition. I'm not sponsored by them, but it's a local company. Actually, their headquarters is walking distance from my work. I've never met him personally, but I like what they do. It's a cool company. But anyways, I was listening to his documentary, which is really good. I highly recommend it. But the documentary made me feel really good because, and not for the reasons it does probably other people. Other people watching probably get inspired by it, but he's in very good shape, always has been. Very strong guy, hybrid athlete. And that race really beat him up, broke him down. And that's doing it with coaches. And he had a support staff there. He might have had 8 or 10 people. Some of them are photographers, but they basically helped him for everything. Changing his socks, every aid station, this, that. I do these races by myself. I don't have any pacers or crew. So, it made me feel good. Of course, I don't finish all my races, probably 50% of the really hard ones, but I always do them by myself. I don't have these elaborate teams with me. So, not knocking it, but You see somebody that's in that kind of conditioning, which is much better condition than me, and he really got humbled by that race. And he finished it in like 27, almost 28 hours. About the time I would probably finish it in. I don't know, it made me feel good. But anyways, a very windy, cold day. Very different than when we were doing a live yesterday. You know, yesterday it was like 75 degrees, very hot. The sun was out. Now it's kind of cold. I have 3 shirts on. I always recommend that. I do some really cold races sometimes. I never use a jacket. I always do layering. That's not my invention, but I learned that from some experienced people. Just layering t-shirts. I mean, you can protect yourself down in the 20s. Very cold temperatures. And the nice thing about it is if you get too hot, you just take off one shirt. It's very adjustable. You know, you can do minor adjustments if you're doing layering, 3 or 4 t-shirts. I see people on events sometimes they just have a jacket on, and people have a jacket on, and the problem with a jacket is if you get hot, you take it off, you're gonna be freezing cold. Hey, SS Productions, thanks for joining, man. Oh, thanks for the compliment. Thanks for joining. I really appreciate all my followers and subscribers. It really makes a difference. It makes it a lot more fun. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please do. I do a lot of shoe reviews, equipment reviews. Sometimes I'm doing calisthenics. Really been focusing on shorts. I'm doing these vertical lives now, leading up to Cocodona 250 in May. I'm also in a special YouTube program right now where they're giving classes on how to improve your vertical lives. So it's been pretty interesting. I was in one class last week with YouTube where they had a creator that does gaming and has over 2 million subscribers, and was giving pointers about what to do, what not to do, and all that thing. Because I've done live, horizontal lives, you know, like long form video. I've done like assembly of equipment. I've done ski-a-thons where I've done my ski machine for 6 hours. I've done all kinds of things live before, but I'm just now getting into vertical live, which is what we're doing right now. So I've been learning about it. I'm taking classes in that special YouTube courses. I got accepted by it, and we have a few classes every week. It's kind of cool. It's like a video class, and there's creators from all over the world in it. It's kind of cool. And they have someone from YouTube giving like a PowerPoint presentation on how to do things better. And oh hey, what's the most miles I've ever done? In one event I did like 120. So I've done 100 miles many times, over 10 times, because I finished over 100 miles. 100K I've probably done 20 times. 100K is 62 miles. So even in the 100 milers that I didn't finish, I always finished at least 100K, at least probably 95% of them is favoring it. They're really pushing it because they're trying to compete with TikTok and Instagram, Facebook, you know, shorts. They're really trying to push because they think that, you know, maybe TikTok will go away. I don't think it will, but anyways, YouTube is trying to grab that business. I'm also a finalist to be in another creator course that they're doing where they have I forget the name of it, but YouTube has a new software that's the same as CapCut. So if you do shorts and you do editing with CapCut, I use DaVinci for long form videos, but for shorts I use CapCut. And YouTube has its version, but it's only been available in some countries. But surprisingly, they didn't release it in the US first, and it was only for Android. And of course I use iOS, Apple. So I'm interested to try that, but I might be selected for that course too. I hope so. Very windy. But anyways, I'm gonna continue my workout. Hope everybody's doing great. And oh, you do MBA? Yeah, okay, you do MBA edits on CapCut. I do too. I do all my editing on CapCut. I had Premium for a while, but I stopped doing that. Just use the regular CapCut. But YouTube has a software that's already out that does the same thing. That's going to be free to all of us, and it's only available in some countries, but soon it's going to be in the U.S. But anyways, I'm going to be hopefully in the beta program for releasing in the U.S. Hey, wish everybody a great Sunday. Enjoy your training. I'm planning to lift weights later today, and then maybe go for another run. Actually, I'm hiking now, but go for a run without my weighted pack and see how it goes. But hey, thanks for everybody joining SS Productions, Wendazi. Sorry, some people I can't read their names. The sunlight's so strong right now, but it's a windy day. But everyone have a great day and enjoy your training. Bye for now.